thought it would be interesting for you guys to see how much I'm actually making on YouTube, because it's almost been exactly 2 years since starting my YouTube channel. So I posted my first video on September 12th, 2020, which was 2 years ago, and I'm filming today and it's September 11th, 2022. So I thought it would be interesting to see how much I'm actually making now that it's been exactly 2 years since starting the channel. You can kind of see like how long it takes to get to my current subscriber count. So in this video, I want to go over exactly how much revenue I made and then subtract out the cost to get the profit. And then I want to go into exactly who I am partnered with or affiliated with in order to see kind of who I'm working with at this stage of subscriber count. And then I want to finish off with how I run the business, like how do I get the money from them to me, because there's a couple different steps and I have to pay for a lot of like payment services, which I think would be interesting for anyone who's interested in starting a YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Liz. I'm a data science manager at Intel, but I've been posting for the last 2 years, so I've switched a couple different jobs, navigating life in my 20s, and I like to film about business, self-help, books, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, let's jump into it. In August 2021, I made a grand total of $0. Now, I wasn't expecting to make a lot because I'd only had the channel for about a year, and I have been like posting sporadically and wasn't really taking it too seriously because like my career came first. But now that I've started working from home, I looked and saw how much I made in 2022, August of 2022, and I made a grand total of $2,479, which is insane. Now that's not exact because there are some fees in there and I just was too lazy. So like plus or minus 50 to 100 bucks. So I mean, don't worry about that. But it's still crazy that like that's the amount of income that like came into my hands, and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, my first job, like the yearly bonus, I think I made like $1,500 off the yearly bonus as a full-time mechanical engineer. And I made more in the month doing this YouTube thing and posting videos online where I'm just like, I'm literally just in my bedroom just filming, and I made more money that month than I made on my bonus for the year. So it's like kind of crazy when you start making money, but it happens so fast. It was like 0, 0, 0, and then it was like $2,000, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Now I want to get into the costs, okay? So that was revenue, right? Now I have to subtract out everything that I'm paying for, which is, it's a lot. So I'm just gonna like warn you here. But I didn't start adding this stuff. I slowly started incorporating it. So it wasn't just like, bam, I started this off the bat. But my largest expense by far is my editor, which is about $1,500 a month, which I know is insane. Like a lot of people give me a lot of crap for it, but I get to film videos, I don't have to do the editing, and then I can also do Skillshare classes, and it's just like really consistent work, and I love it. I'm very happy with it, so I just hope that as I make more and more, that cost just kind of stays similar, so it's not like eating into my revenue so much. But then the second thing I have is Storyblocks. Now that is $25 a month, so it's not too bad. That I paid in like the year. I paid like $300 for the year, so I just divided it by 12 because there's 12 months in a year. But there's also a couple other ones that are $25 a month as well. So you have like QuickBooks, which you have to have accounting for my whole business. So that's kind of like a sunk cost in a sense. So that was $25 a month. Then to host my website on Ghost is another $25 a month. So it's like, you can see this is starting to add up. And then I have an Adobe platform where I have like the editing system just in case I want to do some editing. So Adobe Premiere Pro, I think I pay $15.99, so 16 bucks for that. Plus the Lightroom, which is like almost, it's like like Photoshop almost. So you can edit photos, and that's like another $10 a month. So it's starting to eat up. And then lastly, we have Canva, which is $12.95, I think, a month. So you can kind of see like that's a lot of expenses, and it adds up. And right now it's at $1,600, which is insane. But then you can see how much my business costs compared to how much I'm making. So now if you just do a simple calculation where you just take your revenue, how much you're making, and you subtract off how much your business is costing you, I'm making or taking in as far as cash into my bank account, $869, which you kind of are like, oh my gosh, all that work, you know, for 800 bucks, you know, for the month when you could have had 2,400, but it's like, that's just how it is, right? Profit is that's pretty good. Like, and the thing is, my costs are pretty steady. So as I get more subscribers, as I have people click more links and make more money, my like costs don't go up, right? Like they're all pretty fixed. Like, yeah, they might fluctuate because inflation, all that good stuff. But like for the most part, it's scalable. So I'm waiting for the point where I'm like racking in like good money. And then you have to think like, that doesn't include like my camera equipment, like my camera, my lights, like all that kind of stuff. I still haven't quite made that up. And I don't know if I should just like divide all that cost by 12, but then it's like, how many, like, would you divide that up? So I'm just gonna like, that will just be a separate cost. So we're not including that in the profitability section here. So I have 3 main revenue streams, okay? So Skillshare is my first one. Now Skillshare is where I post basically tutorials. They're like little classes. So right now I just posted one. It's like Notion for Engineers, where I talk about like making a construction vocabulary system, which is something I made when I was at my first job, and I like have continued forward with it. So I'm really glad I got that posted. And so it's like a structure to YouTube. So I make money off of people who watch the content, which I actually have like a Skillshare account, and I've had it for years. And I can't remember how much I pay a year, but it's nothing crazy. And I watched like Ali Abdal's videos, Tom Frank's videos, stuff like that. So I think it's worth it. It's a platform I use, so I recommend it. And then I have like affiliate links below so people can sign up for it and then watch videos, and then I make commission off of that. My second income stream is Ghost. So ghost.org is basically where I host my website. So I pay for Ghost $25 a month. I also pay for Skillshare. So 2 of these I already pay for. So I have no problem recommending them to people. So I pay about $25 a month for hosting my website. It's just liz.org. And that's also where I do my newsletter, which is free. It's like a free newsletter. It's just me writing every week. So I actually really like that affiliate link because I use it myself. So I always have that in my video descriptions as well. So that's another one where I'm like, I'm pretty happy with getting money off commission of people clicking that link because I like that service. My last source of income is SheCodes. So I'm an ambassador for SheCodes. Now I took SheCodes classes when they were like brand new. Like the first thing on the internet, I thought the interface was really nice. Basically, it's where I learned to code and then how I transitioned out of construction into like a data science role, because I learned how to code, at least the front end development part, through SheCodes. So I took all 4 classes. Like that was thousands of dollars that I spent on those classes. Then I like decided to do like a quick review on YouTube because I had a YouTube channel, and they reached out to me and they're like, oh, we're gonna start up an affiliate program. And then they set it up, and then I put my link below, people click it, I make commission. So it's really nice because I have officially made back the money that I've spent on SheCodes. So to me, it's like, oh my gosh, like I got all that education for free. So that was pretty exciting, and a turning point where it's like, okay, I could use YouTube to get educated, you know, and then also make money as well. But those classes, like I recommend to everyone because I think everyone should learn how to code on the internet, like how to make websites. I just think it's such a universal skill that I have no problem repping SheCodes because I think every single person should take those classes. So now you're like, okay, cool, people click the links and you make some commission. How does it get to your business bank account? Like how do you get it so that it's cash? Like I have it in my hand. So every freaking company is different. So you have to work with the company. So my first one is SheCodes, right? So I send an invoice using QuickBooks to SheCodes, and then SheCodes will then send the money to PayPal, and then PayPal takes like a 3% fee, and then I will transfer it to my US business bank account. So you can kind of see like kind of crazy steps there. But for Ghost, Ghost has, they've kind of switched it now, but they used to use it where you would have a payment and they would send it to PayPal. Again, PayPal would take that 3%, and it's a business PayPal account. And then I would transfer that to my US bank account. So you can kind of see like both those is kind of crazy. Like there's different ways to do things. Like some companies require invoices, some don't. Now Skillshare is a little bit different because they use a service called Tipalti, which I had never heard of until I started making money from Skillshare. But basically they will send money from Skillshare to Tipalti, and then Tipalti will then pay you, I think on like the 16th of the month, to a direct deposit to your business account. So there's no like fee where they take like 3% of fee or anything. So it's like going straight to your business account, which I like personally. Now, granted, in order to do all this stuff, you have to file business bank accounts, right? So you're like, okay, cool, you're sending it to a US bank account. Now this only applies to people in the United States, but I had to file for an LLC. So I filed for the LLC, And then you have to file for an EIN number, which is basically like a social security number for your business. Once you have that, that's like your golden ticket. Now you can start signing up for a business bank account at, like, mine's at US Bank, or you can sign up for a business PayPal account, which I also have. So you can start using that little number to get these accounts so that you can start transferring money everywhere. But you can see it's kind of a lot of work. Clearly, you have to be pretty adaptable, especially if you're gonna be a business owner, because there's so many different platforms where you can send money. They wanna pay you through PayPal. Oh, they wanna switch it now to direct deposit. And you're like, what is going on? But I broke down exactly how I have my system set up in this video here. So I'll link it up here and also put it below. And it's all about how to set up your online business, like the finance behind it, because nobody really teaches that kind of stuff. And I think it'll be really helpful. So I will see you guys next time.